What is truly on your cat's mind? The reality is going to shock you. Welcome to Meowrange, our warm podcast-style channel where we reveal fascinating facts, touching narratives, and unexpected revelations about our favorite felines. Whether you have been a cat parent for life or are just finding the magic of kitties, we are here to strengthen your connection with these enigmatic beings. And today, we are plunging into a topic that is going to alter everything you believe you knew about. What is occurring inside that fuzzy little skull? That slow blink your cat just offered you? It wasn't accidental. And what it truly signifies might cause you to view your entire bond in a new light. Actually, there is one specific behavior cats exhibit that scientists only recently managed to decode. And when you grasp it, every single exchange with your cat suddenly clicks into place. But before we reveal these mysteries together, do me a solid. And I am not asking this for myself or for the channel. I am asking because if you have ever questioned why your cat locks eyes with you at 3 in the morning, or why they tune you out even though you know they heard you say their name, you deserve to possess these answers. Hit that subscribe button and drop a like, because what I am about to reveal isn't merely intriguing. It is going to fundamentally shift how you comprehend the creature you share your house with. Believe me, you will want to recall where you heard this first. Now let's address the biggest fabrication you have ever been fed regarding cats. You have heard it 1,000 times. Cats are solitary, distant. They don't require you the way dogs do. They put up with you because you feed them. And the second a better offer appears, they would forget you ever lived, right? Wrong. Totally, scientifically, demonstrably wrong. In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University ran a study that smashed this myth to smithereens. They presented cats with a choice: food, toys, scents, or human interaction. Guess what 65% of cats picked? Not the food, not the toys, you. They selected you. Or rather, they selected interaction with their human, above everything else, including eating. The majority of cats preferred spending time with the people they love. Reflect on that for a moment. Your cat, the one you suspect barely tolerates your presence, actually desires your companionship more than a meal. That isn't indifference. That is attachment. That is love. And if you have ever felt a little stung when your cat appeared to snub you, or walked away when you called, I want you to cling to this fact. It isn't that they don't care. It is that they care in a different way. But here is where it becomes even more captivating. If cats adore us this much, why do they act like we don't exist half the time? Why the cold shoulder? Why the calculated indifference? The explanation is found in a language they invented specifically for our benefit. Here is something that will stun you. Adult cats rarely meow at one another, almost never in fact. In the wild, cat-to-cat communication occurs through body posture, scent marking, and the occasional hiss or growl. Meowing, that is reserved for kittens signaling their mothers. But then they encountered us, and they figured out we are kind of oblivious. We don't comprehend tail positions. We miss their scent signals entirely. We are basically deaf to their natural language. So they adapted. Over thousands of years of living with humans, cats engineered a completely separate vocal repertoire, designed exclusively for communicating with us. Every meow, every chirp, every drawn-out yowl at the door, they manufactured those sounds to talk to you. And here is the crazy part. According to research by Nicholas Nicastro at Cornell University, cats actively fine-tune their meows based on what yields results. That urgent-sounding cry when the food dish is empty. They learn that specific pitch motivates you to move faster. The general trill when you walk through the door. They discover that sound causes you to smile and reach down to pet them. They aren't just communicating. They are strategically utilizing sounds they know will manipulate your behavior. It is like they constructed an entire language just to hold dialogues with you. How is that for aloof? But wait, it gets better. Because cats don't just have a single meow. They have distinct meows for different people in the household. Your cat's wake-up meow for you is different from the one they use on your partner. They have literally customized their vocabulary based on what works on each individual human. If that isn't sophisticated social intelligence, I don't know what is. Now let's discuss the most lovely secret in the feline world. The slow blink. You know the one I am referring to. Your cat gazes at you and then leisurely, deliberately, they shut their eyes and open them again. Almost like they are blinking in slow motion. For years, cat lovers dubbed this the cat kiss and swore it meant something special. And they were right. In 2020, researchers at the University of Sussex finally proved it. That slow blink, it is the feline equivalent of a loving smile. It is trust. It is affection. It is vulnerability. Think about it from a survival perspective. In the wild, closing your eyes around another creature, even for a second, is incredibly risky. You are making yourself vulnerable to attack. So when your cat looks at you and deliberately slowly closes their eyes, they are saying something profound. I trust you so completely that I am willing to be defenseless in your presence. Neurologically, it is a choice. Your cat is overriding their survival instinct to show you love. And here is the beautiful part. You can speak this language back to them. Next time your cat looks at you, try this. Meet their gaze, then slowly close your eyes and open them again. I am serious. Try it right now if your cat is nearby. Watch what happens. 9 times out of 10, they will do it back. It is like saying, I love you in a language they actually understand and having them say it back. I have heard countless stories from cat owners who discovered this and were moved to tears. The first time their rescued cat, the one who had been skittish and scared for months, finally gave them that slow blink. It is a breakthrough moment. It is your cat saying, I feel safe with you. But here's something most people never think about. Why do cats purr? You probably think you know the answer. They are happy, right? Content, relaxed, and yes, that is often true, but it isn't the whole truth. Cats also purr when they are frightened, when they are in pain, even when they are dying. So what is really going on? This is where it gets incredibly cool. Scientists have discovered that purring produces vibrations at a frequency between 25 and 150 Hz. And this specific frequency range, it has been shown to promote bone density and accelerate healing. There is a theory, and it is gaining traction, that cats purr to literally heal themselves. When they are injured or sick, that rhythmic vibration might be a form of self-medication, stimulating bone and tissue repair. It is called Purr Therapy, and it isn't pseudoscience. Multiple studies have shown that these frequencies have therapeutic effects. Some physical therapists even use similar vibration frequencies to help patients heal faster from fractures. But here is what most people never realize. That same purr has a hidden frequency that has been medically proven to affect your body, too. And what your cat is doing while you sleep goes far beyond what you would ever imagine. It is actually a calculated decision based on something you did hours earlier. Let's talk about what happens when the lights go out. You climb into bed exhausted from your day. You settle under the covers, close your eyes, and within minutes, you feel it, that familiar weight. For paws carefully making their way across the blanket, a soft body curling up against your legs, or maybe right on your chest. Your cat has chosen their spot for the night. But have you ever wondered why they chose that exact location? Why night they are at your feet when last night they were on your pillow? Here's the truth that will change how you see bedtime forever. Your cat's sleeping position isn't random. It isn't about warmth or comfort or finding the softest spot on the bed. According to behavioral studies, cats choose to sleep with the person who interacted with them most positively in the previous 4 to 6 hours. Read that again. Your cat is literally keeping score. Did you play with them after dinner? Did you give them gentle pets while watching TV? Did you talk to them in that soft voice they love? They remember, and they reward you for it by choosing you as their sleeping companion. It isn't manipulation, it is reciprocity. It is your cat saying, you made me feel good today, so I'm going to make you feel safe tonight. And that choice, that conscious decision to be near you, is one of the purest forms of feline affection that exists. Now let's decode the sleeping positions because they all mean something different. When your cat sleeps at your feet, they are often in guard mode, positioned at the edge of your territory, ready to alert you if anything approaches. It is protective. When they sleep on your chest, right over your heart, they are seeking maximum closeness and warmth, but they are also listening to your heartbeat. That rhythmic sound is comforting to them, reminiscent of sleeping near their mother as kittens. And when they sleep on your head or pillow, that is prime real estate. That is them saying, you are my person and I want to be as close to your scent as possible. It is also the warmest spot. Your head radiates more heat than any other part of your body. Don't think it is just about warmth. If it were, they would sleep on anyone's head. They are sleeping on yours for a reason. Well, let's talk about what happens before they settle down. You know what I'm talking about, the kneading. Those rhythmic paw pushes into your blanket, your stomach, sometimes painfully into your legs if their claws are out. It looks almost like they are making biscuits, and it is one of the most misunderstood behaviors in the feline world. This motion comes from kittenhood. When kittens nurse, they need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow. It is a comfort behavior associated with safety, warmth, and being cared for. When your adult cat needs you, they are regressing to that safe, content feeling. They are essentially saying, being with you makes me feel like I am home. But here's the part most people don't know. There are scent glands in your cat's paw pads. Every time they need you, they are also marking you as theirs. It is a double message, comfort and claiming. You are not just their safe space, you are their territory, their person. And they want every other cat to know it. The weight of your cat on your body does something else too, something scientifically measurable. But then comes the chaos, the midnight crazies, the zoomies. The sudden inexplicable burst of energy at 3 in the morning when your cat tears through the house, like they are being chased by invisible demons. You have experienced this, right? One moment, peaceful sleep. The next, your cat is ricocheting off the walls, sprinting down the hallway, skidding around corners, maybe knocking over that plant you keep meaning to move to a higher shelf. What is happening? Here is the science. Cats are crepuscular. That means they are naturally most active during dawn and dusk, the times when their prey would be most active in the wild. Your house cat has inherited these instincts from ancestors who hunted at twilight. During the day, they sleep. During the night, they doze. But in those in-between hours, that is when their internal hunting clock goes off. Add to this the fact that most indoor cats don't get enough physical stimulation during the day. All that hunting energy, all those predatory instincts, they build up, and eventually, they explode in a burst of pure chaotic speed. It isn't madness. It is pent-up hunting behavior with nowhere to go. The solution? Playtime before bed. 15 minutes of interactive play with a wand toy, something that mimics prey movement, can tire them out enough to sleep through the night. But honestly, there's something kind of magical about those midnight sprints. It is your sophisticated, dignified cat showing you their wild side. It is a reminder that no matter how domesticated they seem, there is still a tiny leopard living in your home. Now, remember what I mentioned about purring at the end of the last section, about how that frequency can affect your body. Let's go deeper into that because this is where things get really incredible. Those vibrations your cat produces when they purr between 20 and 140 Hz don't just help them heal. Studies have shown that these same frequencies reduce stress and anxiety in humans. They lower blood pressure. They can even accelerate tissue repair and improve bone density in people just like they do in cats. There is actual medical research backing this up. Purr Therapy isn't just a cute name. Hospitals and therapy programs have started incorporating the sound of purring into treatment plans. For patients recovering from surgery or dealing with chronic pain, the frequency itself has measurable physiological effects. So when your cat curls up on your chest and purrs, they aren't just happy. They are literally healing you, reducing your stress hormones, lowering your heart rate, making your body physically healthier. It is a two-way street, an evolutionary mutualism. They heal themselves, and in the process, they heal you too. Think about what this means. Your cat chooses to sleep next to you, marks you as theirs, releases love hormones in your brain, and then heals your body with vibrations. That isn't a pet. That is a companion who is actively invested in your well-being. But here is something even more incredible about your cat's nighttime behavior. While you are sleeping, while you are completely vulnerable and unconscious, your cat is never fully asleep. Even when they look dead to the world, curled up and motionless, they are in what scientists call a Sentinel State. Their ears rotate independently, constantly monitoring sounds. Their whiskers sense air currents and vibrations. And here is the stunning part. Research has shown that cats will wake up if they detect changes in their human's breathing pattern. There are documented cases, many of them, of cats alerting their owners to medical emergencies. Cats waking diabetic owners before blood sugar drops to dangerous levels. Cats pawing at their humans' faces before seizures. Cats acting agitated when their person is about to have a heart attack. How do they know? The leading theory is scent. Cats have over 200 million scent receptors in their noses, about 40 times more than humans. They can detect chemical changes in your body that happen before you are even aware. Something is wrong. The change in your scent when blood sugar drops, the subtle shift in body chemistry before a seizure, they aren't psychic. They are just incredibly, almost impossibly perceptive. So while you dream, while you are completely unaware, your cat is keeping watch. Not in a creepy way, in a protective way. You are their colony, their family, and they take that responsibility seriously. But the real question isn't just what they do at night. It is what they are thinking when they stare at you during the day. You know that look, that intense, unblinking gaze that seems to pierce right through you. Scientists recently discovered what is actually going through their mind in those moments. And it is not what you think. In fact, it reveals something about cat intelligence that we have been getting completely wrong. That stare. We have all felt it. You are sitting on the couch, scrolling through your phone, completely minding your own business. And then you feel it prickle on the back of your neck. You look up and there is your cat sitting perfectly still, eyes locked on you with an intensity that could burn holes through steel. Unblinking, unwavering, just staring. What are they thinking? Are they plotting something? Judging you? Seeing into your soul? The truth is so much more interesting than you would imagine. And it starts with understanding that not all cat stares are created equal. Let's break down the different types of stares, because yes, there are different types, and each one means something completely different. The fixed stare without blinking, that is evaluation mode. Your cat is assessing something. Maybe they are trying to figure out if you are about to get up and feed them. Maybe they are deciding whether that thing in your hand is a toy worth investigating. It isn't aggression, but it is also not softness. It is calculation. In cat-to-cat interaction, this kind of stare can be a challenge, a way of establishing dominance. But with you, it is more like they are running probability algorithms in their head. Then there is the stare with dilated pupils, big dark wide eyes. This is play mode, hunt mode, or excitement mode. Something has triggered their prey drive. Maybe it is your hand moving under the blanket. Maybe it is a bug on the wall. Maybe it is absolutely nothing you can see but everything to them. When those pupils expand like saucers, it means adrenaline is surging and they are preparing to strike something, potentially you. But the gaze paired with a slow blink, that is the one we discussed earlier. That is love. That is faith. That is your cat actively deciding to be open with you. Now here is where it becomes captivating. You know how occasionally you say your cat's name and they just gaze at you. They don't approach. They don't vocalize. They simply watch you with a look that clearly states, I heard you, and I am choosing to do nothing about it. For decades, people read this as cats being distant or dim. They don't come when someone like dogs do, so they must not comprehend. Correct. Incorrect. A study from Kyoto University in Japan confirmed that cats absolutely identify their own names. They can separate their name from other random terms. They know you are speaking to them. They just don't care enough to reply. And before you take it personally, let me clarify why this is actually a mark of incredible intellect. Your cat is running a cost-benefit calculation in real time. If I go to them, what do I gain? Scratches. I can get those later. Food. The dish is already full. Amusement. I am cozy right here. They aren't tuning you out because they don't understand. They are tuning you out because they have concluded that responding isn't worth the exertion right now. This is selective intelligence. Dogs have been bred for thousands of years to be compliant, to satisfy humans, to react instantly to orders. Cats domesticated themselves. They elected to live near humans because it was advantageous. Rodents around grain supplies meant easy hunting, but they never surrendered their autonomy. They never became subservient. And here is the kicker. Cats actually possess 300 million neurons in their cerebral cortex. Dogs possess 160 million. Cats are literally operating with nearly double the processing power. They aren't less brilliant than dogs. They are just less impressed by you. Let that settle, and for a second, your cat isn't obstinate or dull. They are making computed choices about whether your request merits their time and fuel. That is high-level cognitive function. That is them respecting themselves enough to hold boundaries. Well, let's discuss the habit that baffles and sometimes horrifies cat parents more than any other. The offering. You know what I'm referring to. You wake up, stumble into the kitchen half-conscious, and there it is, a deceased mouse, a sparrow. Sometimes, and this is the truly unsettling part, something that is still breathing, wounded, thrashing on your floor while your cat sits nearby looking incredibly pleased with themselves. First, let me be clear. I am not here to alarm you or make you think your cat is a violent maniac. This behavior, as disturbing as it might be, stems from a place of deep instinct and, believe it or not, concern. Here is what is occurring. In the wild, mother cats instruct their kittens to hunt by fetching them prey first dead, then injured, then alive so the kittens can practice. It is education. It is survival training. And here is the thing your cat has apparently concluded. You are an awful hunter. Consider it from their view. They have never seen you catch a thing. You can't pounce to save your life. Your reflexes are humiliatingly slow. You get your meals from bags and tins like some sort of helpless kitten. In their mind, You require aid. You require tutoring. So they are doing what any good cat parent would do. They are fetching you prey so you can learn. When they bring you a dead animal, they are showing you what triumph looks like. When they bring you something still living, they are giving you the chance to practice the kill. It isn't a gift in the way we think of gifts. It is a lecture. It is them trying to ensure you don't starve because, clearly, you possess no hunting aptitude whatsoever. I know it is disturbing. I know it is the last thing you want to step in first thing in the morning. But try to view it through their eyes. They are sharing their trade with you because they genuinely believe you need the assistance. It is actually a signal of deep trust and concern. They are saying, you are part of my clan and I'm going to ensure you survive. The best way to react: don't discipline them. Don't scream. They won't comprehend why you are angry. They think they are being useful. Instead, calmly take away the prey. Praise them softly for their hunting prowess. And perhaps redirect that drive into more playtime with toys. Give them an outlet for those instincts that doesn't involve live creatures. Now, let's discuss just how bright these animals actually are, because we have been undervaluing them for far too long. Cats possess long-term memory that can endure up to 16 hours. That is actually superior to dogs. They grasp object permanence, meaning they know that something still exists even when they can't spot it. This is why they will wait by a mouse hole for hours. They know the mouse is inside even though it is out of view. A groundbreaking study from Japan in 2016 demonstrated that cats comprehend basic physics. Researchers shook boxes with items inside and then tipped them over. Cats could forecast, based on the noise of the shaking, whether an item would drop out. They understand gravity. They understand cause and effect. They are running physics equations in their heads. They are also remarkably skilled at reading human emotions. A study from Oakland University discovered that cats modulate their actions based on their owner's mood. When you are cheerful, they are more spirited and loving. When you are sad or tense, many cats become quieter, more tender, or they remain close to you without being pushy. They know when you have had a rough day before you tell them. They can read the micro expressions on your face, the tightness in your frame, the timbre of your voice, and they react accordingly. I have heard endless tales of cats who refused to leave their owner's side during sickness. Cats who curled up on a specific body part where cancer was later found. Cats who became restless before their diabetic owner's blood sugar crashed. This isn't mysticism. It is sophisticated sensory processing and pattern matching. Your cat is watching you perpetually, learning your schedules, understanding your moods, building a complex mental map of who you are and what you require. They aren't simple beasts operating on pure instinct. They are thinking, feeling, analyzing beings who have elected to share their lives with you. But here is the thing that even startles scientists. All of this intellect, all of these habits, they are part of something much larger. Because what your cat really thinks about you isn't just about affection or territory or instinct. Recent research has revealed that cats actually construct intricate mental models of their humans. And what they have concluded about us, well, it is going to completely alter how to view yourself through your cat's eyes. So, what do they truly think? After everything we have explored, the slow blinks, the midnight watches, the offerings, the stares, the computed choices, what is actually going through your cat's brain when they look at you? What do they perceive? How do they categorize you in their sophisticated little minds? For decades, we assumed cats viewed us the way dogs do, as providers, as leaders, as parental figures. And in 2015, researchers at the University of Lincoln decided to test this assumption using something called the secure base test. This is the identical test used to gauge attachment in human children. The concept is simple. If a child views their parent as a secure base, they will explore bravely when the parent is present and display distress when they leave. They ran this test with cats and their owners, and the findings were unexpected. Cats didn't show the same separation anxiety that dogs or human kids displayed. They didn't desperately need their owner there to feel safe. But, and this is vital, they also didn't treat their owners like strangers. There was recognition. There was preference. There was a bond. Just not the parent-child dynamic everyone anticipated. So what was it? What is the relationship? Here is the revelation that shifts everything. Cats don't view you as their parent. They view you as another cat, a bigger, somewhat clumsy, well-meaning cat who happens to be really bad at cat things but tries their best. You are their strange, awkward roommate who they have decided to adopt. Think about all the behaviors we have discussed through this lens, and suddenly, everything makes perfect sense. When they bring you dead mice, they aren't presenting gifts to a superior. They are trying to school a fellow cat who clearly cannot hunt. When they need you, they aren't regressing to kittenhood with a parent figure. They are engaging in a comfort behavior between equals. When they slow blink at you, it isn't submission. It is mutual trust between companions. When they show you their belly, they are demonstrating fighting techniques to a sparring partner. When they stare at you for calling their name, but don't come, they are treating you like an equal who doesn't automatically deserve obedience. Would you drop everything every time your roommate called from across the house? Probably not. This perspective shift is huge. It means your relationship with your cat isn't hierarchical. It is horizontal. It is a relationship between equals who have chosen to coexist, and that choice is the key word. Choice. Dogs were bred to need us, to see us as pack leaders, to find purpose in our approval. Cats chose to live near us because it was mutually beneficial, and they have maintained that independence ever since. Every moment your cat spends with you is because they actively want to, not because they need to, not because they are programmed to, because they decided you are worth their time. And that makes every purr, every headbit, every time they choose your lap over literally anywhere else in the house. It makes it all more meaningful. They don't love you because they have to. They love you because they want to. But here is where it gets even better. Remember that attachment study? The one that showed that 65% of cats prefer human interaction over food? That same research revealed that 64% of cats show secure attachment to their owners. That is the same percentage as human children with their parents. So even though cats see you as a fellow cat rather than a parental figure, the bond is just as strong. The attachment is just as real. The love is just as deep. It is just expressed differently. It is more like friendship than parenthood. It is companionship between equals who genuinely enjoy each other's company. And when you interact with your cat, when you play together, when you slow blink at each other, when you coexist in comfortable silence, both of your brains are releasing oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It is measurable. It is biological. The connection between you and your cat is literally chemistry. So what does your cat really need from you? Beyond the obvious food, water, and shelter, what are they actually asking for? Consistency. Cats are creatures of habit who find comfort in predictable routines. Studies on environmental enrichment show that cats with consistent daily routines are 60% less anxious than those without. They need interactive play. 15 minutes a day of engaged play with a wand toy or laser pointer can make the difference between a frustrated cat and a satisfied one. It isn't spoiling them. It is meeting a biological need. They need vertical space. Cats think in 3 dimensions. High perches and cat trees aren't luxury. They are a necessity. It makes them feel safe and in control. And perhaps most importantly, they need you to respect their boundaries. When they walk away, let them. When they approach on their terms, welcome them. This isn't rejection. It is them trusting you to honor their autonomy. And when you do, they trust you more. They choose you more often. They aren't asking for much. Just reliability, engagement, space to be themselves, and respect. Those are the same things we want in our relationships. Your cat isn't complicated. They are just honest about their needs. So what does your cat really think? After all the science, all the studies, all the behaviors we have decoded, what is the truth? The truth is beautifully simple. You are their chosen family. In a world where cats are naturally solitary, where they could survive just fine on their own, they chose you. They choose you every day. Every slow blink is a choice. Every purr is a choice. Every time they curl up next to you, that is a choice. Your cat looks at you and sees an equal, a companion, a friend who is a little silly, who doesn't understand the finer points of being a cat, who has absolutely no hunting skills to speak of, but also someone worth staying with, someone worth loving, someone worth that slow blink in the quiet moments. When your cat slow blinks at you, blink back. When they bring you a toy at 3 in the morning, understand they are trying to teach you. When they choose your lap, recognize it as the conscious, meaningful decision it is. Here at Meowrange, we believe that understanding our cats doesn't just make us better cat parents. It makes our lives richer, warmer, and infinitely more fascinating. These creatures who see us as equals rather than masters, who choose us every single day, they aren't just pets. They are family. They are friends. They are tiny philosophers teaching us about boundaries, self-respect, and the kind of love that doesn't demand but simply offers. If this changed how you see your feline friend, share it with someone who needs to know. Hit that subscribe button for more insights into the feline mind. We are here every week with science and stories that bring us closer to these amazing creatures. Leave a comment. What is the most mysterious thing your cat does? I read every comment and I will respond. I want to hear your stories. And remember, every slow blink is a love letter. Every purr is a healing session. Every choice to sit beside you is a vote of confidence. Don't leave them unread. All you have to do is listen.